All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Marakah Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and Well. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect, the Bayat, Dawadah, the House of David. So this is going to be a quick one. You know, a super quick one. Is going to get right to the point, right? We're going to go here. First and foremost, let's go in here, right? And because I always bring this out, because this is what is going on with a part of this article with the Brics nations, man. All right, now see all these devils, right, and all these nations are on one accord when it comes down to that, to the CBDC, when it comes down to the microchip, when it comes down to all these things of that nature. They're all on one accord, right, and linking these things up. You see. But let's read this here. Let's read the first goal, which is the 16, right? So this is a Sustainable Development Goals 16.917, okay? I bring this out all the time, but I have to read it because it's important. Peace, justice, strong institutions. Promote peaceful societies and inclusive institutions for sustainable development. Only those with the RFID chip, the radio frequency identification, microchip, and a digital ID passport, right, with biometric data and blockchain can be a part of the peaceful society. Social credits will be used to get the population to obey the New World Order and punish unwanted behavior, and those who do not comply will be imprisoned or have all benefits on a blockchain turned off. You see? Them concentration camps is how you're going to be in prison, man. Revelation 2 and 10, Revelation 3 and 10. Everybody's going to be tried. You see, but Revelation 2 and 10 is everybody going into them concentration camps, man. Or you got the red list, the blue list, the yellow list, right? These are for those who oppose this society and the totalitarian, authoritarian digital government system, the digital tower of Babel. Okay, 17, right? It says partnerships for the goals. It says strengthen the means of implementation and revitalize global partnerships for sustainability. In order to implement all 17 SDGs Sustainable Development Goals and maintain global partnerships for the goals, a number of key technologies need to be further pushed on societies such as the CBDC, central bank digital currency. Now you're going to have a UBI, a universal basic income, a UBI, right? You see? It says blockchain technology, right, where they can be able to, everything is going to be stored on a blockchain, right? Everything you do, everything you spend, everything will be tracked, traced, and controlled on that blockchain. Okay, technology, CRISPR gene editing, right? Transhumanism, okay? AI monitoring, artificial intelligence, monitoring sensors, right? AI and biometric facial recognition cameras, right? As you can see, is all set up. You got drones and everything of that nature, man, right? 5G, 6G, that's nothing but high frequencies of radiation. 15-minute smart city surveillance, monitoring, analysis, reporting, and tracking. All right? RFID chip, see? Right? IoT, the Internet of Things. IOB, the Internet of Bodies. Robotics. As you know, that they have plenty of robotics, starting with China and so on and so forth. Okay? United States, Babylon the Great, right? It says, etc., to fully control the world. Right, so now let's go into this article. Let's get out of there. Okay, this is a Reuters article, right? It says, Brics nations discuss linking payment systems and CBDC's, RBI chief says, right? So this is going to be a quick article. It says members of the Brics group of nations are discussing potential linkages between the respective fast payment systems and central bank digital currencies. Reserve Bank of India Governor Sanjay Malhotra, right, said at the event on Tuesday, the Brics organization includes Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and others. India hosting the 2026 edition of the annual summit, right? Cross-border payments is an area of interest for all of us, including the Brics, because we feel there is a lot of scope for reducing costs, Malhotra said in Mumba, right? Various options are on the table, but it is still a discussion stage, including CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, right? And linkages for fast payment systems, he added. It says Reuters reported earlier this year that the RBI recommended to the government that a proposal to connect CBDCs be included in the agenda for the 2026 Brics Summit. Summit is a high peak, right? A meeting where all these nations go and meet and talk about their goals and their plans, right? Now, these are nothing but wicked plans they go and talk about in secret, pretty much, okay? It says the central bank will also continue its efforts to internationalize the rupee, right, and promote the use of local currencies for cross-border payments and trade. Malhotra said. All right. It says the governor also said that the RBI, Slovakia. It says the governor also said that the RBI sees artificial intelligence (AI) as a capability to be harnessed and not just a risk that needs to be contained. The India banks cannot afford to sit on the sidelines and watch, he said, urging leaders to inventory all AI models in use of established border-approved AI governance policies. Central banks globally have been paying close attention to lenders' usage of AI amid worries over cyber attacks alongside operational and governance risk. Innovation and safety are not opposing goals. They are, in fact, complementary requirements of a durable financial system, Malhotra said. All right, so that's the end of the article. So, without further ado, you see what they're talking about, right? Let's go in here to Revelation, because this is all we need. Revelation 13 and 16. It says, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, because them CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, have a lot to do with payments, universal basic income, one payment under CBDCs, right? It says, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. You're going to hear the mark of the beast come up a lot, man. All right, because that's the time and that's the prophecy that we're in. That's the things that we're going into. This is the totalitarian digital system that they want to set up to hook everybody up to the cloud, man. Okay? You see? It says, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, charagma, in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, right? Because money is going to be done away with. Physical cash, right? Dollar bills, paperbacks, whatever you want to call them, will be expurgated. Okay? It says, save he that have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Right? You see? New payment systems would be stored on blockchains. Okay? It says, here is wisdom, let him that haveth understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600, 60. All right? So, hey, that's all I needed to read. I mean, usually I go into Revelation 16 and 14, but, you know the program. You see, you take that RFID microchip, you're going to be destroyed. Yahweh Shem Yahshai is going to destroy you. You're going to have grievous sores, Hellcoast, right? Cancerous radiation pus. You see? So, hey, right there, we're just going to wrap it up. We're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Marakah Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and Well. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect, the Bayat, the Wadah, the house of David, Kwam Yasha Allah, Abad Babal, repent ye, for the kingdom of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is at hand. Shalom.